I'm basically saying I'm defining a class called query. That is a GraphQL, is a graphene query, right? So this query here is based on the graphene library, right? So we're using graphene, right? Okay. So it says, okay, these are the, I'm basically creating a tree here, right? So I'm creating a tree, and this tree has branches. So there's a sites branch, user, boot, networking, storage, compute. Everything here you see is a branch on that tree. So you can think of it as a big tree with many, many branches, and each branch is a kind of question you can ask the tree, right? And the tree is basically a thing that gives you information, right? So trees are how we store data, right? In a relational way, in a way that you can ask relational questions, right? So I'm building the tree, and I'm giving this tree many, many branches, and for each one of those branch, and I'm giving you functions to resolve those questions, right? So if you say, give me sites, this is the function to resolve that. To see how this actually works from the front end, let's go to the GraphQL query page so you could see how this actually works. So over here, right, these are the queries you can ask on this page here, right? So I'm saying I have a query for boot list. So you see this query called boot list, right? It's making a query called boots. So for example, right? So here's a function to handle that query, right? So if I make a query for boots, so I'm gonna run that query. So I'm gonna say boot list, right? So if you notice here, okay, I make a query, say, give me all the boots, right? So it returns this data. But how does this actually get fulfilled? That's what this function here does, right? So if you make a query on boots, there's a function to resolve that query called resolve boots, right? So what does that do? It returns a type called Jannah boots, right? And this is where it actually queries the database, right? So what it does, it says select from Jannah models all the boots and give me all of the boots, right? So if you go in the database, right? If you go to boots, right? So this is how it actually, this is what the data actually looks like in the database. What this does here is basically it's saying, hey, make a query, give me the boots, put it in a JSON format. So if I'm a web app or if I'm a mobile app, iOS or Android, I can consume this data and present it in whatever way I choose, right? So that's the beauty about GraphQL. So let's take a look at the sites, right? So sites, so there's a function here to resolve sites. So let's see what that query would look like. So if I were to make a query for sites, right? So I'm going to say, give me the site list, right? Let's make that query, right? So it returns a data, and it says, these are your sites. This is the list of your sites. Okay, if we look in the database, if we say select star from Jannah site, right? It says site 1, site 2. Okay, So that's what you're looking at here, right? And I'm querying these fields. If I say, just give me the name and the ID, it will just return just the name and the ID, okay? That's the beauty here. You only get what you ask for in GraphQL. It doesn't just feed you all the data and pollute the network. So it's a very fine way to query data without, basically choking up the network. Okay. So site. So we'll take a look at site. We're taking a look at the site query. Okay. Let's take a look at the user query, right? So if we make a query for users, this is the function that actually returns it. It returns a Jannah user type, right? It looks at the models table, right? So it's looking at all the models. So let me pull up the models here quick. Right? So what this does, it says, look in the database for all my user models, right? So let's go to the user here. These are your user models, right? Say, give me all of them. Give me all the user objects, right? And put them in a JSON format that is consumable by a front-end application, okay? So if we do that query for users, right? So it will return your users, right? And if you're a web app or a mobile app, you can consume this data. It's a JSON formatted data and presented it, and you can present this whatever way you choose fit, depending on the user experience, right? Okay. So the next will be, it says, okay, we've already talked about boots. Let's talk about network. So if you do a query for networks, this is the actual function to resolve that query, right? So what we mean by resolve is it would handle the query for you. So if you ask a question, somebody has to answer your question, right? So this function is the guy that answered that question, right? So all the resolvers in the GraphQL world, a resolver is an agent that answer your questions, right? So for each kind of question you ask, there's a dedicated resolver to answer that question. So what we're looking at here is the list of resolvers that resolve questions or queries into our GraphQL API. Okay? Okay. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So on the front end, we could say, okay, here's a network query, right? So we're doing a query for the network list. We're saying, give me all the networks, right? So if you say, give me all the networks, this is what the result will look like in a JSON format, okay? Once again, a front-end application can take this data and present it in whatever way fit in the context, okay? So let's take a look at storage resolver, okay? So the resolver to resolve all your storage related questions. Okay, so if you notice here too, it says from the Django models, pull data from